Sometimes you just win with Glusty Warp because she's Glusty Warp. GG. 32. So today we're going to be trying out the new Arachas Swarm stuff. As far as that, we have several good cards. I think Hive Mind here is very interesting. We got the different Kikimores. The Eider change, I'm not sure he stays in the deck, but he is very interesting for getting us these extra drones, potentially in round 3. And then we have the Kikimore Hatchling and Stalkers, which are actually both very good. And then we have the last card, Acid Spit. This is one of those cards where you do not want to see it in a short round 3, but in any other situation, it can be quite good. So how we think these on the deck, we are playing Crystal Skull. We want to put that on our Hatchling right away. And then we have the Oneiromancy, find what we need, Heat Wave, the Hive Mind, these are our big cards. The Eider you can change out. I think the best change for Eider is, we'll see if we feel like we like him or not, but normally this is where the Yennefer goes. And I'm not sure if we want to keep Eider in, but we're going to try him out. Normally you can put Yennefer here, and same with Glusty Warp, you can change that if you want the lock to draw you your biggest card and give you 2 extra drones, or if you want to put something else in here, you can swap that for the Yennefer too. We're going to be trying to use Eider round 3 to spawn a bunch of guys for our Glusty Warp to eat. That's why they're both in here, but we're going to see how that works out. It might just be better to have the Yennefer, we'll find out, but that's the old version. I want to try out the new stuff. We are playing the Roach. The reason Roach is so good is you want to consume it with the Drakenborg Queen. So Drakenborg Queen got a change. So deploy, consume an allied unit, and gain armor equal to its provision cost. Roach comes out of your deck, and you consume it with Drakenborg Queen, and you get a drone every turn. You can also use Knickers for the same thing, just Roach is more consistent. You do want this to not get locked, though. So we are having a Peller in here. Well, we used to have a Peller in here. I took it out, but we don't want that getting locked. But it seems like there's not too many locks right now, so hopefully this will go through. Like I said, though, we have the Kikimore Queen. She got a change too, where organics trigger her Thrive, which is actually really good for this deck, because you can spawn the guys. You can like hit her with a evolution, get drones out, and then the evolution's organic will spawn and trigger to Thrive her. Stuff like that's really good. The Acid Spit, I think this is best used. So you'll notice here we do have like chimeras and stuff and a bone talisman to boost our own drones. Normally that interferes with the Glusty Warp, but what we're going to be trying to do is using Acid Spit. So what this does is you infuse an enemy with it. If this uses 1 or more power, every opponent spawns 1 or more units, damage itself by 1. When it reaches 1, infuse to adjacent units. So you put this on something, you trigger it right away down to 1 so that the infuse goes off, because you don't want them purifying it. And then we get all their guys down to 1 on a row, and we consume those with Glusty Warp instead of our drones, potentially. That's the idea of the Acid Spit. It seems like it has a very high potential. It also seems like it has situations where it's not very good, where if you just draw in like a 3-card round 3, it's pretty bad. But you can still make it work if you have drone charges or something, so it's not useless there. It just depends on the situation. Then we're obviously playing the Toad Prince, the Wispus Tribute. The 1 Bone Talisman. Bone Talisman is really good. I can never decide, though, if we want to play 1 or 2. Because 2 can be quite awkward if you draw it in like a short round, but it's just really good to have. And now that it is an organic, it got that buff a while back. It also helps out the deck even more. We're going to be playing the 1. We have the Drakenborg Queen. We have the 1 Predatory Dive. I like Predatory Dive in here. You could play 2 for sure. It goes really well with the drone stuff. It's just sometimes people play around it. Well, most of the time people play around it, but sometimes you can't always play around it. It also doesn't go too well with Acid Spit, but we'll see if we can make it work. Then we have the Spontaneous Evolutions. These are really good, obviously. The Chimeras, the 2 Stalkers. So these are the other guys that are new. It's got Predator, which means that it can only target units with lower power than themselves. So you can damage an enemy unit, but the enemy unit has to be really small, or you consume a drone. And whenever you spawn, 1 or more insectoids get a charge. The more we spawn, the more charges it gets. It eats the drones, gets big, and then you just kill your opponent's stuff. It's pretty good. Then we have the Arachas Nest, just for more drones. The Spores and the Natural Selection, just for provision, organics, and the 2 Hatchlings. That's the deck. Our idea here is we want to win round 1, and then either go for a round 3 that's short with a bunch of Arachas Swarm tokens and Glusty Warp with Last Say, or potentially do a long round 2 or something, or go for a long round 3 this swarming. Just be careful not to overswarm your guys, But let's see how the deck actually works when we try it out. Let's see what we're facing. Hopefully just not rain. Rain is a really big problem. I'm Trapper Keeper. Alright, we're playing against... We'll see if this is literally or if it's the new stuff. New stuff's interesting. Crystal Skull means we want to keep the Predatory Dive just in case he doesn't play around it. Not you. We'll go for the Roach and Drakenborg Queen for this round, I think. And see if we can do something with Stalker. It's not a bad hand. Not bad at all. There's the good old mutagenerator. Pretty sure the correct answer here is to Heatwave the mutagenerator. Get our Roach out, then we can consume it with the Drakenborg Queen. You spawn a drone, trigger the Predatory Dive if the Crystal Skull something, will be really far ahead. There's good old Temple. Gonna go for a draw. Okay, let's see if it's literally. It's literally, I expect him to trigger it here. Might just be the new stuff. Double leader. He really wants something in his hand. It's interesting. He must be playing Radovid. I don't think you double leader unless you have Radovid. These also stop the Predatory Dive, which is probably honestly why he played them. But in any case, it's in Drakenborg Queen time. Good thing here is if he tries to duel us with Onsace, we actually have 10 armor. So that's not actually going to answer this. He needs a lock. You can also do this on Wispish Tribute, so you don't really need the Roach. I just think having the Roach for the round 1 consistency is really good. So this is what we're playing Redanian Agents. Okay, that's kind of what I assumed was going on here. Kind of what I assumed. Let's go with the Stalker. Let's go with the Stalker. The best thing about Stalker is you can hit it with the Evolution. And that gets it up pretty high. So we can kill its engine with it, hopefully. So we'll spawn, what will be like 2 drones. We'll start hitting this guy, the Redanian Agent. We have 2 turns to kill it because it's got 2-turn cooldown. And the fact that we heat waved the mutagenerator is really nice because a lot of this deck's power comes from that carryover. See if this is Onsace time. I really want him to duel our Drakenborg Queen and forget about the armor because it'd be funny, but I don't think that's going to happen. There's the Radovid. We knew that was coming. We knew that was coming. We go Spontaneous Evolution probably here. We make one more drone. Let's kill this off. We will run out of space for Drakenborg Queen, but it's really not an issue because the Stalkers can consume them. They're quite helpful in that regard as well. Remember, this guy did go first, so we're pushing him on even right now. There's the Archgriffin.
Do not look now, my lady.
Can we Heat Wave Archgriffin? We can't because we already used it on the other guy. So that's okay. There's other ways to play around Archgriffin. We sadly can't Acid Spit it. Really would have liked that. I think it's time for a Chimera. And I think we just hit this. I'm debating, because I think we want to hit the Archgriffin with the Stalker. We don't have that many guys to do that with, though.
2 days of pursuit.
Sure. And we might actually lose this Archgriffin just because we Heat Wave the Beauty Generator, which is normally the answer. Against this new deck, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. We have a Spores, though. I think once he passes, we just Oniro Spores and we don't care what he's doing. So that's going to be our plan here. Let's consume some of these guys so we get more space. Since we're pressuring on even, we can afford to just do the Oniro Spores once he passes and just be fine. I mean, like, we could do it now as well for tempo, but then he could boost it again. I don't really want to deal with that. I highly doubt he's going to decoy this back into his deck, so it should still be there for us to target. Oh, there's the Melidoli. So we are playing that. Tempted to Acid Spit. It'll propagate really fast through these guys. Set up the Glusty Warp quite nicely. I think we'll do that. There's the Zeal, that's fine. We want him to think he can pass on even, and then we'll play the Spores. We also get to spawn a drone here still. I just want to make sure he doesn't have any more boosts for this, because I think he has the location to spawn another one of these guys. We just want to give him a turn where he can pass. Well, Spores. Play a Glusty Warp as well if we wanted to. There's Philippa. Looks like a pretty good time to Glusty Warp if we're being honest here. Also a good time for Spores though. I think the Spores is what we want to do here. It looks like he's not going to boost this thing anymore. So we'll just hit it with the Spores and see if he concedes. We'll start hitting this down also. This Predatory Dive really isn't going to do anything here. There's the deck boost, sure. We do have the Glusty Warp still. I think we just play this. Do we want to use 2 leaders to kill this? Do we think he has any more ways to boost it? They have All God and stuff, but these are useful later on. We'll just keep the leader charges, I think. I suspect he might use the Erlin to try and win the round, and then we can kill this next turn with Glusty. Yeah, he's gonna try and use that to win the round. This is kind of what I expected. And he should really just... this should just be a GG, basically. Glusty Warp consumes everything. And we'll just make sure this guy dies, I guess. And we should be in a very winning position here. We can use this for carryover as well, the Hive Mind. So we can just play it here and then get carryover on it. I like that idea. We're going to play it this first. Actually, we might go for a little different ordering here. I think we want the tempo from this round. And we'll save the hatchling for round 3, potentially. So we'll go this one. What's in our hand? We're going to play probably all of those. So we can go this, then this for round 3. We Toad Prince that guy. We can Toad Prince later. I think we go for the Oniromancy here onto the Eider to spawn more drones potentially, or we just go into the Wispus for a spontaneous evolution for value. I think the spontaneous evolution is the better thing to do. So we'll just do this. The Wispus. Spontaneous evolution. Who's this guy? It's all well and good. Let's make another one of these. We don't want to consume all the drones, if we're being honest here. But I think we can just 2-0 him because he stripped all the boosts off his deck already. That's an interesting card to draw. I don't hate it. We'll spawn this guy for 7. We're actually counting on him not triggering the last drone to get a hatchling in round 3. We can still just hold that charge and then use Toad Prince. This should be good, but we might just use it for an all-in in round 2 here because it looks like it'll be enough to win. There's the Drakenborg. Nothing is to actually really be boosted. I mean, this works because this is Veil, right? But now it doesn't have Zeal. And we just eat that with Toad Prince, so it doesn't really matter what he does here. We're just going to use our last looter charges. So this should really be a GG. They're up by 35. This removed 1 point of boost. And this doesn't give Zeal anymore, so you can't use the order again. That was in the patch notes, my friend. You gotta Dwimveandra got changed. GG. That was a very easy game, but we had the answers to round 1, right? A mirror match, and one of the possibly worst mirror matches, because it's whoever plays Glusty Warp first has such an edge. But of course, you can reset it because you're both playing Spores. But you eat all the opponent's drones, so this is it's a weird match, to be sure. Kind of like a Simlate, where it's just kind of turns into a clown game at some point. What are you going to do? I actually think this is good here. This is not, though. We might have kept it because it's Crystal Skull, but he's just going to spawn a drone, so it won't do anything. It's better going first into them, but he's not going to let us do that. This is actually our 3rd game now. The last one we actually just lost our internet for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that, so hopefully it doesn't happen again, but we'll see. If it does, we'll have to wait like a while to make another video. So I don't know what's up with it. And I don't like losing all my games from the internet breaking, but it happens. We're playing a Cataclysm Bomb player, and we're actually winning, which was not what I expected. Like, we're up by like 20 points when our internet just left. That was very unfortunate. Oh, he's gonna Hive Mind now. That's kind of wild. Hold on a second. Why would he Hive Mind now? This means he needs this round for some reason. He needs the round. Why does he think he needs the round? I don't know. This is kind of weird. We could hit that. I'm not sure why I didn't Crystal Skull. It actually would have been really good for us if we'd kept our Predatory Dive. Weird as that is. We can also Wispish Tribute into it, though. You can drone Wispish Tribute, Predatory Dive, Oniro, and Draga Queen on the Wispish. I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of liking it. It'll give us a way to keep up with the Hive Mind, actually, and then we can avoid drawing the Predatory Dive later in the game when it becomes useless. Because it gives us the Roach as well for thinning out our deck. I like this. Caranthir. Alright, I see what's up. Do we have our Toad Prince? We do not. That's going to be a very scary card for us. Can we actually deal with that? I don't want to Heat Wave it, because he has the other one. So this actually might just get him the round, but we don't want to make it that easy for him. So where is our Draga Queen? Yeah, it's going to be really good for him here. We can also answer with our own Kikimore Queen. I don't really want to. Don't really want to, though. The thing is, he has a lot of his longer round type cards in his hand, and we don't. I think we just want to natural selection this for now. We don't need to win uneven. The Stalker is also insane in this matchup because you can just kill all the opponent's drones with it. It's very unfortunate we don't have that either. It's the Behemoth. I thought about playing Behemoth, but even if you do an entire row with it, it's what, like +8. It's a 13 for 8 if you hit the entire row, which is all insectoids. That's decent. That's pretty good, but it almost never hits the whole row. That's why we didn't include that. I think we just go with this. Let's make some more guys. It's also worth noting we could go nuts with Acid Spit on him here. Acid Spit this and go... I guess this would stop. It would stop at the Veil guys. Is it worth just doing to these? We don't have Glusty Warp, otherwise it might be. I think it is worth it here. We'll infuse this guy. Then we'll make a drone. That should be good. The only problem with this is he can go for the Stalker to consume the drones, but we've got the infused in so many of them now. Gonna banish our Neuromancy. This is just a counter because I've said this so many times. People play what they lose to. If your opponent loses to Yrden, they're probably playing Yrden. If they lose to banishing the Hive Mind, they're probably playing Xavier or Squirrel. It's just kind of how it goes. Let's make one of these. The reason why the Acid Spit I thought would be really nice here is it's gonna, whenever he thrives these, we can just hit him back down. It's like a -5 every time we spawn a guy, because he's gonna be thriving these points up. He's gonna eat them with this though. That's what he should do. Should eat them. He's not going to eat them. That's fine. Yeah. We'll take the GG. That's a weird game. Imposter. Do we have an answer to the mass scenario, mass Force Renegade stuff? Because apparently that's pretty popular right now. I guess we have a couple options. Like, I think we might even just keep this for that. This and this we might just keep for it. Because apparently that's all anyone wants to do nowadays. We do need to draw into a Heat Wave, though. Or a Neuromancy. Not need to, but it'd be very helpful. We did not. Whatever. The nice thing here is as long as we don't make a drone, we can kill the one he operators to us with Predatory Dive. That would be the optimal thing to happen here. Then you can't Duchess Informant it. So we actually don't want to make a drone yet until we figure out if he's doing that or not. Although I'm pretty sure if he had Operator, he would have opened with it. We can also just eat it with the Knickers Queen, which might just be the safer thing to do. I mean, it's probably the safer thing to do. We'll get this guy down. I don't really want to hit that. We have things to answer his guys with. Attorney Joust. It's not too surprising. I don't really want Toad Prince because of that, so I think we'll just do this. This could just be a tactic deck. And not the Force Renegade. Because of these two. Yeah, it looks like it's just a tactics deck. Okay, we can change how we're playing this a little bit then. We'll eat this. Get our Roach. Set this up with the Roach then, so we don't have to destroy something from Operator. Okay. It's fine with me. We'll pressure him next round, I think. Thinking if we want to change our hand a little bit. We do want to get Hive Mind, I think. And Acid Spit would be nice. So we'll put this back. How do I feel about Predatory Dive? I feel pretty good about Predatory Dive here. This gives us Acid Spit. We should have access to everything we want. This should be a good hand. Should be good. Should be good. We want to do Wispus first so we can get into something with... Consume Wispus with this. So I think we go Wispus into Hive Mind to start with. Then we'll go this. Go this. Just because he might feel like he has to kill this, and I don't actually care at all if he kills it. Sure, the Destroy, like, you get +2 on it, but we'd have to leader for the extra drone each turn. Unless we went for a Spontaneous Evolution or something, which we don't have in our hand. Oh, it's an Amir deck. So this is just going to be Aristocrats. That is very interesting. Now I'm sad we don't have Toad Prince. But I thought he was playing something else at round 1. I mean, we've got a 50-50 on the Predatory Dive. I think we take it. Okay, whatever. That's fine. It's fine. We'll do this also. I kind of wasted the Toad Prince, but I thought he was playing something else. I thought he was playing the Force Renegade nonsense. We're still okay, though. We'll do this next turn.
You will not regret this, good sir.
A superb spicy
We get a Stalker, right? And Stalker kills this. So that is quite good. Do this. We can't actually do this, right? Because everything we spawn gets doomed. Let's just check. So this doesn't count as getting it. Good to know. We didn't click this turn. Because I want him to kill it. But he's not going to. Probably should have, if we're honest. Okay, there's the Vincent. He's going to kill the Stalker. That is interesting. Very interesting. Do this. Guess we'll get Eider out too. I think all the value from his deck really comes from these guys. There's Ball.
A taste of Nurgling, is it?
I mean, this is probably the correct thing to do, is just to do this. We might actually be able to use this on not drone for once if we keep getting the warriors going. Should be kind of funny. The thing is, it makes Glusty Warp not great. There's the lock on Eider. Interesting. Do you want to go Acid Spit? I do, but not yet, I think. I think we do, but not yet. We also have a couple triggers for the Kikimore Queen if we want to go for her. She won't be great in a short round. Yeah, let's go for the Kikimore Queen. It's going to force him to remove it. Okay, that locks it. That works too, I guess. This is the scary card for the deck. I was going to lock that one. Okay, I am surprised. I guess we Chimera on one of these guys. We have a really big point lead, but Felipe is not to be underestimated. Hatterveen. Imposter. Do we just take this? I mean, he hasn't killed the queen though, he hasn't killed queen. As long as he hasn't killed queen, we're gonna at least do the turn with his bone talisman, because it's gonna lose a lot of value as time goes on. I am so shocked he didn't lock Kikimore Queen. It's given us a ton of points. Was this really the bigger threat than this? Maybe if he has Igni or something, it wasn't. But this deck does not play Igni. There's no way. Now we can safely pass with this, I think. So we have Glusty Warp. We can just go like this Glusty Warp round 3. So we do have this coming back. Should be pretty easy to set that up. Yeah, we'll just let him play his cards here. He does need 30. He shouldn't have too much problems winning the round, but I think he has to play 2 cards.
What is this ridiculous law he's devised?
Yeah, he had to play 2 cards. That's good for us. We should win. I think we have a good setup. We bled everything out because Yonkel waited. It's going pretty well. So we want to see. We want this plus Spontaneous Evolution, which we get off of this. Is there any way to make Kikimore Queen bigger? Spontaneous. We have a second nest, I guess we could look for. This won't be too helpful this round, I don't think. Oh, that's potentially a 0, but potentially good. Just go Arachas Nest.
Don't ask a lady her age. It's unbecoming.
Let's do this row. Should be fine with the Glusty Warp. Should be fine. And indeed it is fine. GG.
Rumors travel faster than the wind.
Going up against a Place of Glory, probably warriors. This should be okay. They don't have too much ping damage. Ping damage is annoying. We don't want this. And Drakenborg Queen on Roach is kind of what we want to do. Do we want to do the round 1 with Hive Mind, or do we want to save it? Not too sure. See how he opens. Why is this happening today? Okay, at least that's fixed. So it's taking a lot longer to record than normal because of that connection, by the way. It's being very inconsistent. I don't like it. Alright, so we have good old Highland Warlords. Question is, do we Hive Mind round 1 or save it for value later? And the thing is, our hatchling is going to die, which is not ideal. It's not ideal. This might actually live if we play it this turn. But then he's going to hit it with a raid. And he's going to hit it with another raid, and it won't matter that it lived. But I think it's our best shot to get value from the Eider. And at least lets us play a gold to consume with the, or is she Drakenborg Queen? It's our best shot for value, because he's going to want to play the, Blood Eagle. He's going to want to play Blood Eagle. Do we play this? Is this worth on spontaneous evolutioning? I think it is. I think it is actually worth doing this. Yeah, I think it's worth doing this. We'll hold the charges. I don't think you can kill an 11 in one turn easily. So we'll save the charges and hopefully get more on this guy. Oh, there's the lock. Okay, so it looks like he does have an answer. That's kind of okay. Not really okay, but kind of okay. Let's get this one going. This might actually be better to have unlocked anyway. I really want to get the Acid Spit in a long round. I'm not sure this will be the long round. It probably looks like it'll end up being long. I'm not sure it'll be worth it here. This will actually get us the Skellige Wolves potentially down to 1 also. We'll see. It's going to be awkward to play this later, the Acid Spit later, because he does have several Veil cards. Problem is we don't have a way to answer Tier. In hand, at least. Okay, he's playing pretty slow here. So I think we have time to drop this guy. If he ever does decide to try and win the round, we can go for the Acid Spit. We should get a lot of setup on that from him. And like I said, I'd rather use it early than later, because later he's going to have Herald and be reviving the Veil one, right? So then it kind of messes up with the Acid Spit moving through his rows. We just get the round uneven. I will not complain about that. That's great. We open Hive Mind, I think, then. Go Hive Mind into maybe Kikimore Queen. She's going to die, which is a little unfortunate. But what are you going to do? Is Spores good here? Only against Tier, really. King Bran as well. I don't think we keep it, but just thinking about what it would be useful against. This is probably going to find a target. This is nice. I don't think we need 2 nests. We go first. Pretty sure we go first means we play the Hive Mind. Hive Mind, we want this. Actually, this. I want him to kill this. It gives him a Blood Eagle with the Death Blow, but I would rather he spends removal on this than anything else. We can get 2 Stalkers out this turn, which is what we want to do. I know, Hatchling's next, right? So we do this. And then we get 2 Stalkers out the following turn. And these are good cards he's playing now. I think we put these to 4 so they can't get Blood Eagled. Because he's played 1 Highland Warlord so far. There's Vabjorn. Blood Eagle? No, let's go for Gutting Slash. He's going to try and kill him. Okay. It's fine. That's fine. I'm feeling the Kikimore Queen. We can also go Oniromancy into Wispus, into Spontaneous Evolution. If we do that, we lose access to Glusty Warp, though. Lose access to Glusty Warp that way. I think we go Kikimore Queen. Oh, we should have clicked this to hit his guy, but I think the Kikimore Queen dies. The only thing is he's only played 1 Highland Warlord. There's a chance it doesn't. Okay, he's gonna have to leader it. That's good. That's good. That's good. Because now we can do this. This. Spawn drone. Spawn drone. This. This. But then we consume this. And they're gonna... Okay, they're back. I mean, we lost connection earlier, I think, so whatever. I really want him to get another unit so we can do the Acid Spit. The thing is, we don't have that many ways to do our stuff. We can also just go to round 3. The only thing is, Tyr is a problem. Alright, Tyr is a problem. We could play Tyr here. Do we go Acid Spit? We don't have many ways to spawn, which is the thing. I think we just pass here. I think we're happy with getting rid of Leader and Iced. Scary thing is Tyr, but we have Oniro Heatwave. The thing is, it doesn't really answer it, because he still gets the doubled bronze into his hand. This gives us access to a Spores, though, so that's not bad. And like, we were pressuring him on even, so it's not that bad. We do want a couple of those cards, though. This is not really good. This is interesting. Put back. And it gives value. The question is, how many guys are we going to have out? I honestly think we put this back, because it's just going to die. It's low value when it dies. And there he is. We have to heat wave it, which feels bad. But you cannot let Tyr live. Honestly, might have been better to play. Actually, would have been better play Predatory Dive, but we still have access to it if he plays a big card here. This way. There's Heralds. Predatory Dive's a 50-50. Or do we want to save it for the Spores? I think we do the Predatory Dive. We're supposed to make a drawn. Not a drawn. What am I talking about? Yeah, we don't do drive. We don't do dive. We do the Arachas Nest. He's got pings now, which is annoying. But he doesn't have that many pings. It's gonna be hard to find Acid Spit. Does he have a Purify in his deck? I don't think so. I think we're not respawning many more drones, so this isn't really good. Let's do it now. We're gonna start losing drones, is kind of the problem. There's the 16, and this looks like a GG. Because we're not gonna be able to keep anything alive. Even if he passes here, we can't win. Do one more game here. Hopefully we can finish on a win. We're having some difficulties with all of the bomb Nilfgaard decks, because Cataclysm kills all of our drones and they just bomb anything that's an engine. So that's been kind of our problem. But not sure what else we can do. We don't need this right now. This hand is too full of golds almost. I guess we can keep it. Bounty is kind of the same thing, right? We're going to lose all of our guys, and then they can spread out a bunch of damage and kill our drones. That is quite annoying. Hopefully this is at least this will live for the beginning of this round. Then we can go into a Wispus, onto just something, and then go for the Kikimore Queen. I'm not sure why there's so many bomb decks. I guess it just kills all the new decks with their engines. It's also just really good. Probably remove those because you've all seen them before. We're playing Tesha Mutton Sword in here. So this is a Ciri deck. So Ciri Nova Golden Necker deck. Okay, we figured it out. Ciri Nova. So we definitely have Graydon, definitely have Moriels. What else do we have to worry about then? Actually, there's no Roach. Tesha Mutton Sword, no Roach. So he's either holding Roach or he's only playing Knickers. I'm confused. I really wish we had a Stalker right now. We might Hive Mind for the Stalker for round 1 tempo. I think we do. Hive Mind, Stalker first this time, then this and this. Roach. At 4. Let's do one more. I don't want it to get Moriels or something. 4 damage removal. And that gives us an extra value. Saving the drone charges is really good, but we definitely want to win this round. And if he decides to leader the Stalker, it can't have bounty. It's going to force him to kill it. And I want it to not be easy to kill. I mean, you can put bleeding on all the drones, I guess. This is kind of our problem with this matchup. Is he's just gonna do this. We could go Stalker, or not Stalker. We can go Wispus into the 4 damage card if we want to. If we want to, I never really want to do that. Instead, I think we'll just go for basic consume on this because it's poisoned anyway. We'll let him kill the drones. So we'll be getting more anyway. We have Hive Mind triggering. And hopefully we can destroy the bleeding ones with the warrior. And if he does pass here, we can have the hatchling starting the next round with, which would be nice. We've got more poisons. Tragic. Do we acid spit though? He's Kurt. We'd have to do something else in addition to that. We'd have to lead her with it, which I don't really want to do. I think we'll keep the acid spit. Just go with a Wispus into a spontaneous evolution. That, and then we kill this guy, I think. Even if he does the poison now, we should still be fine. It's worth noting we did use our Hive Mind for this round. Okay, there's the morale. He really wants to win this, I guess. Would Acid Spit be good enough now? We'd get the infused off. It'd be good enough now. Going tall is not great anyway. I think we do the Acid Spit. So we can easily trigger it a couple times here. Then kill the morale. That should pretty much be it for this round. He hasn't really built this up at all, actually. Morale's a 9. This definitely looks like Siri Nova. We want to force out the Golden Necker then. Does have more heals. This we might actually want to keep. Could open Eider. This isn't bad either, though. I think we'll put this back. I think we'll put it back. Open with this. He kills it. We move on. Want Leader or Golden Necker gone? One of those two. Now here's the thing, we could just pass. Then he drops Siri. Does mean he won't get his thing up. I think we'd rather take the long round actually at this point. He's gonna drop his Siri. Just another poison. Sure. Up to a 7 damage. I was hoping that we could hit I was hoping he just dropped Siri, you could heat wave it and stop the carryover there. But since he didn't, we'll take the guaranteed last say for sure. How's Spores here? Brute's a good thing for Spores. Brute's good, but we already have Heat Wave. This isn't bad. It's not what we're looking for, though. We were looking for these two. Got one of them. Or we can get one of them with Oniromancy. Roland. Do we have to Heat Wave Roland? I don't think so. I think we can just Selection, then Toad Prince it. Yeah, boost it to a 4 so I can Toad Prince it. Thank you. That was very kind. Very kind. So there's the location. Now, poison's not too great against us. The only thing you could really hit would be Glusty Warp. So we want to hold off on that. Curious about what we Heat Wave without Roland. This is a Salamander deck. I really thought it was a Siri deck. I guess it could be Salamander. Could be Salamander. If it is Salamander, we just consume all the drones. Go Stalker here. We're gonna go Stalker anyway. I was just thinking about what's coming up. I think he kills the Stalker. I think he should. We didn't consume with it. Okay, there's the Chironax. We should have consumed with it. Chironax, no Unicorn. Okay. I didn't want to consume with it because I want as many drones as possible for the Glusty Warp. Just go with the Nest. He's going to kill this with poisons, but nothing much we can do. He's used the Order on Hideout, by the way.
Evil's not going anywhere.
So he's going to kill all of our drones. Unless we go Bone Talisman. It's not the best Bone Talisman. Do want to Oneiromancy out Kikimore Queen at some point. I don't think that points this turn. This is 7. Oh, it doesn't matter if we get her. We should get something. It's just going to die to his leader charge. So I think we might actually just wait in Oneiromancy Spores for better value. I think we do the Bone Talisman. Make it a little harder for him to kill all of our drones.
Freaks aren't welcome here.
Give us bounty, sure. We gonna leader this? That's not enough damage. This feels like the Kikimore Queen turn. You can't just leader it, which is what I think he should do. This works too, because you can leader on the Toad Prince and get 4 back. He has to leader that. I didn't have bounty on it though. The thing is, we're way behind. That is the thing. Yeah, we are way behind. I guess we just make more drones, right? Like, what do we do? Just make more drones? Make more drones? It's an inefficient spending of his coins to get our guys. Okay, that doesn't do anything. He can't Moriels, he can't Graydon. Trying to think if we Glusty or we Heatwave here. I think we Heatwave. This should probably be in our poison. Or Golden Necker. Which he has not played yet, by the way. Yeah, he didn't kill anything with bounty this game. Well, I mean, sometimes you just win with Glusty Warp because, she's Glusty Warp. GG. 32. So what do I think? What would I change? I actually quite like the lineup we're running. I do like the deck. I've always liked Arachas Swarm. I think Arachas Swarm was the first deck I ever got to 2500 with, like from any faction. So that was fun. I made an anti-meta one back in the day when everyone was playing triple tall removal. He was only made drones. It was pretty funny. But anyway, as far as this one, I really like Hive Mind. Hive Mind's so good. It's just the problem is, this is probably going to sound familiar to anyone who plays Ryogan Rain. There's a lot of Xavier and a lot of Squirrel, especially Xavier for some reason. But if they banish the Hive Mind, it's really bad. So that's unfortunate, but something you just kind of have to deal with. So that's one knock against the deck. The other one is apparently today, like, everyone just wanted to play Bomb Imperial Formation again. I mean, okay, that was before I started recording. So once I started recording, there were a couple of them, but before I started making the video, that's all I even wanted to play when I was trying to test out different versions of the deck. So that was really fun because the Cataclysm kills all the drones and they just bomb the engines, but what are you gonna do? In any case, as far as changes to the deck, like I said, Eider and Glusty. I like Glusty. I've seen people not running Glusty with this new version, and I'm not sure why. I really like her. I understand why, actually. It's because if you're doing stuff with Kikimore Queen, you can run into problems because you're boosting all the drones, so you can't consume with the Kikimore Queen. But Acid Spit sets up the opponent's units for the Glusty Warp. It's just a little awkward sometimes to figure out where to play the Acid Spit. Like, if you don't have a 10-card round 3 with 5 leader charges, it can be hard to spread it through everybody. But it could still be quite good. And one more card to mention is Caranthir. So Caranthir, you can make another Kikimore Queen, which is pretty good. The thing is, Caranthir is 9 provision, so you'd have to cut something for it. So that's a little annoying, but I think you could play him. It's just there's not a great secondary target for Caranthir in the deck. But overall, I do like it. Cards that you can change, like the bronzes, I think are good. The Chimera you can swap if you want. I do like Chimera. I think it's really good for value in those rounds where you have like 9 drones out and you just play it for 13 or whatever. It's really good value. So I don't think we can cut it. I like Spontaneous Evolution. The Predatory Dive you can swap for whatever you want. I just wanted the 1 dive because you're playing Arachas, so you might as well. Overall, I do like it. I think the changes you could do in here are the upper ranges. You could cut Roach if you want, because you can do the same thing with Wispus Tribute. Like, you Wispus Tribute something, then you consume it with the Drakenborg Queen. So that's good. But I like the Roach, because it's much more consistent to get it out. So I do like that. So these cards, like Eider, Glusty, Roach, and then those are the ones you could probably play around with. As far as the rest of the deck, I would like to fit a Peller somewhere just because everyone wants to lock the Drakenborg Queen, and having that Purify is really handy. It's just I want to play as many organic cards as possible, but you could swap the natural selection for it if you wanted to. It's probably the best change. But overall, I like the deck. It was pretty fun and actually worked out quite well. But hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.